We got a lot to talk about today on this week's edition of the Most Based News. Coinbase has been shaking the stock market up with a nice earnings report. Base, as always, is growing, and there's a whole bunch of other things that we will discuss. Welcome back to the channel. My name is C. Will, and this is the Passive Income Network and this special edition of the Most Based News, where we cover everything that is happening in the Base ecosystem. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification to make sure that you get the up-to-date videos that I upload on the channel. So let's dive in. Passive income, gold in my dental, thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple. The dawn of a new era for crypto. So we're looking at the earnings report from Coinbase. They put this out on social media, a nice diagram. It says $6.6 billion in total revenue with $2.6 billion in net income. Very nice. Then they have a few other stats: subscriptions and services revenue, 2.3 billion, USD resources, 9.3 billion, and positive adjusted EBITDA for the second straight year, 3.3 billion. Then Q4 total revenue was 2.3 billion with a net income of 1.3 billion. So the revenue is looking great. 2024 total revenue. Q4 actually looks like one of the most positive revenue years that they had so far. So that's pretty dope. And then you got the trusted partner for institutions. Total assets under custody is 220 billion. So that is when other institutions are using Coinbase to hold custody of the assets. Pretty dope, with the institutional trading volume up quarter to quarter 128%. So that's growth right there. ETFs drove record inflows and purchased from ETFs of 9 billion. Accelerated adoption of Prime Suite across top clients. So clients are getting the top subscription, and the ETFs are adding to the assets under custody. And they even put Base inside of this report. Base is accelerating the on-chain economy. Better global rails and infrastructure for builders help drive faster, cheaper transactions. That's a fact. Launched Bitcoin-backed loans built on Base. That's the Moonwell and Morpho on the back end, helping this all come into play here. So that way you can borrow against your Bitcoin. And I think right now it's about 10% of the users out of all of their users have access to this. So we can see or imagine that we'll get an increase over time. And Base is the number one layer 2 for Ethereum. Base's assets on platform surged 89% quarter to quarter with plus $14 billion. And then some more cool stats right here. The quarter to quarter USDC market cap grew by 22%. USDC payments on chain versus 2023 grew 225%. The crypto economy is expanding. 92 new assets added for trading on our international exchange. 2x customer balances on our international exchange quarter to quarter. Overall, they got strong international market growth in Brazil, Canada, and Singapore. So big shout out to Brian Armstrong, everybody there at Coinbase. This is the only exchange that I use for purchasing crypto and moving money in and out. And I know a lot of y'all in the United States do the same. 1.5 years ago, Base didn't exist. Catch that. A year and a half ago, Base didn't exist. Now we've got 8 million transactions per day. The on-chain future is here. And again, this is part of why we're making the Most Base News number 2 this week, is because there's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. And I want to make sure that you stay updated and I keep myself updated as well. Again, the total value locked over $3 billion. Active users, 1.6 million. Median transaction fees, 0.007, which is 96% down from a year ago. And then total transactions, just about 8 billion, which is 1,600% from a year ago. Now let's dive into some Moonwell. Listen to Luke Youngblood on the latest governance call. He explains reserve auctions, right? Can help how reserve auctions can help increase governance participation and reward voters. I think this is very important for us to check out.
And the question I kind of asked for the community is, where should all this revenue go? And my proposal, or our proposal, is we propose that excess protocol revenue be auctioned off for well and used to bolster the safety module ecosystem reserve. So what is the ecosystem reserve? It's a smart contract that holds protocol reserves, and it's currently used to reward safety module stakers for their role in providing essential shortfall insurance and participating in protocol governance. So in the past, there have been community posts, ideas to create structural demand for the well token, and we've considered what we think is a good design here is creating these simple auction smart contracts, which could be used to sell off excess ETH, USDC, Bitcoin, staked ETH, CB ETH, Rocket Pool ETH, Arrow, virtual LBTC, all the markets that are supported on Moonwell, and basically auction them off for well. And then after those auctions complete, the well could be transferred to the safety module ecosystem reserve to bolster the staking rewards and make it a higher APR.
Yeah. So remember, great breakdown, Luke. But remember, the automated liquidity incentive proposal is currently live right now. At the time of this video, you got less than 17 hours to cast your vote. So far, almost 98% of the votes casted is for it. A very small minority is against it. And this proposal is exactly what he explained. It would help increase and boost our APR, which is currently for staking well at 6.62%. That could boost it up to 20% or so. And a lot of markets, as he pointed out, the USDC, Coinbase Bitcoin, Lombard Stake Bitcoin, Ethereum, Aerodrome, Virtuals, Threshold Bitcoin, and so forth, all of those will be auctioned off to buy back well and then redistribute it to us, the stakers, the well holders who have been voting on these proposals. And it will also help increase governance participation. Then we have some news from Aerodrome, locked for good. 1.8 million Aero has been acquired by the PGF, part of a broader commitment to drive sustainable growth. 30% of protocol fees are regularly used to buy back and lock Aero via public goods, flight school, and relay. To date, these efforts have passed 100 million Aero. And I think Arrow is about 3 billion total Arrow. So it is pretty cool to see such a large amount of Arrow being purchased and buyback and locked for good, which helps reduce the sell pressure. It helps add on to the liquidity and it just makes the protocol more efficient. So big shout out to everybody that's been doing that. And then I want to break something down for y'all today. I want to introduce to my audience BANKR. This is a new coin and token that is on the base ecosystem, and it got a lot of good stuff going on and people are loving it. So let's check this out.
Now, BankerBot is an AI agent on X and Farcaster. So Farcaster is like the social media channels that have been built on Base. And this bot actually lets you trade, swap, and manage your wallet just by sending a message. And this has obviously been basically shielded by the Base account that's got nearly 1 million followers. And also Jesse Polak, who basically heads up the Base blockchain, has also commented here. As you can see here, Bank has actually been the #1 agent over the last 7 days on Cookie Fund, which has obviously been getting a lot of attention. And as we can see, the market price has been reflecting that. And actually what you can do with BanKR is you can actually trade, buy, sell, etc., with this AI agent, either on social media, so you can do it in a tweet on X or Farcaster publicly, but it also has a private terminal that allows you to obviously trade in private and not tell everybody what you're buying and selling.
So yeah, that's BANKR. It's an AI agent that is doing this thing. Again, helps you buy, sell, swap, place limit orders, and manage your wallet effortlessly just by sending a message. And it definitely has been getting a lot of attention. Volume, price, everything is up in the last week. It's about a $24 million market cap, which many will say a very small market cap with a lot of room to grow, especially with the attention that it has been getting. And as we slowly start to close out, this is some Farcaster news. This will be the year of Farcaster. New partnership with Coinbase Wallet. New value proposition, make money, then friends. Just hired, 2 people got hired for growth and community. V2 frames in the feed apps, which is frames, are excellent. If you've been lagging, time to get that account. So again, the biggest thing I see is a new partnership with Coinbase Wallet. Coinbase Wallet is the wallet I use for everything I do on Base, and them having a partnership with it. It's kind of like the Twitter that is strictly for crypto and mostly all about the Base ecosystem. So I encourage y'all to go check out Warpcast built on the Farcaster applications. And again, y'all, this is the most Base news number 2. We have covered a lot, from Coinbase Earnings to Base metrics to Moonwell governance, Aerodrome being acquired and locked in. We even talked about BANKR, and we finished off with Farcaster. Make sure you reach out to me if you have any questions or comments. And again, I'm C. Will with the Passive Income Network. This is this week's edition of the Most Base News.
Passive income, gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.